So, herzlich willkommen. Wir sind zurück bei Squarim und wir nutzen das restliche Tageslicht nicht um zu trinken nicht, sondern zu lesen von dem Wicht des Buch, was wir erbeuteten. Was reibt sich auf erbeutet? Läutet. Was wir erbeutet, was uns aus besonders insbesondere euch erfreutet. So, mir fiel es wieder nicht ein. Wie heißt er? Aber er heißt der Cicero. Gut. Das war wieder viel, ne? Die Daten lese ich jetzt nicht.
As beginning new phase of my life, I have decided to finally keep eternal. So much has happened to me thus before, both within the Brotherhood and without. When I think there is no record of what has transpired, it almost seems an affront to Cetus himself, so I am determined to make amends. Yes, the Dark Brotherhood has its own scribe and chroniclers, but it is their solemn task to record those events deemed too important to the organization as a whole. Let this volume serve as a personal record of a man, a lowly assassin, who has pledged for his blade and his life for the Dark Brotherhood. I have arrived safely in the Sindri Hall sanctuary, and I've been greeted warmly by Rasha and the others. Indeed, the level of support and acceptance shown by my new family is rather overwhelming. For this sanctuary, no suffering, no sorrow, for the ghost of purification still haunt its halls. So, who better to understand the plight of a brother who has lost home and heart? Who better to comfort one of these sanctuaries no more? The Burma sanctuary may be gone, but my dearest brothers and sisters will live forever in my dreams, just as the souls live forever by the dread father's side.
Okay, der hat schon mal eine verloren. Okay,
Completed the Baroness' contact. She died well, her handmaiden less so.
Oh.
Saiden Hall suits me. With destruction or abandonment of the other sanctuaries, our contracts are plentiful, as are our bonuses. Still, we seem to be losing our footholds throughout Tamriel at an alarming rate. There are rumors that the Black Hand is split on our content direction. Some favor expansions, the others consolidation. My personal feeling is that the Dark Brotherhood needs to, at the very least, maintain the illusion of being everywhere at once. It has become exceedingly difficult to fulfill or even establish contracts in provinces where we no longer have a physical presence like Hammerfell. The more we ignore Tamriel, the more people lose faith in the Dark Brotherhood. Our power, our services, the dedication to the void. The listener, Alisian Dupre, has been visiting with us several days, down from her private residence in Braville. She and Rasha had been discussing the possibility of reopening the Shadow Scale training facility of Archon and Black Marsh, but ultimately decided we lacked the capacities and the resources to follow through with the plan. Completed the arena contract. I ultimately decided to pose as a starstruck fan and immediately got into the Gaunt champion's good graces while escorting the arrogant fool through the great forest. I slashed his throat and left the corpse for the beers.
Okay. 187. Okay, das ist noch nicht so super lange her. Er sieht ja noch relativ jung aus, dann ist er praktisch, hat er ganz klein normal angefangen. Das ist ja praktisch der Inhalt von dem ersten Buch. Interessant. Ein Jahr später.
Worst is lost. The city fell to Corsairs, and it's just a matter of time before the sanctuary is breached. May the Night Mother watch over her children in their hour of need. We received word today the Verist sanctuary was raided and destroyed by the Corsairs. There were no survivors. There are now only 3 active Dark Brotherhood strongholds remaining. The Cedron Hall Sanctuary here in Imperial Province, a remote sanctuary located in a forest in Skyrim, and the Corinth Sanctuary of Elsewhere. The Black Hand has ordered the Corinth Sanctuary close and its members integrated into our own ranks here in Cedron Hall. I will embrace those new family members as warmly as I was when I first made my home here. The situation of Browville grows more dire. The city has erupted in violence due to the war of control being waged by Cyrodiil's 2 largest skooma traffickers. The listener Alison Dupre has been forced to employ sales words to protect her own residence.
Alison Dupre? Ich muss jetzt erstmal lesen, aber dein Name ist da auch schon mal irgendwo gefallen.
Things in Breville have come to a head. The statue of the lucky old lady has been destroyed, and the Alison Dupre has left her residence to guard the crypt of the Night Mother hidden below the remains of the statue. If the crypt is discovered, Alison Dupre will, of course, protect the remains of the unholy matron until her dying breath. Russia is sending Garnock and Andronica to aid in the crypt's defense. I begged to accompany them, but Russia wouldn't have it. She says my place is here, defending the sanctuary, and I must of course respect that decision. Botched my contract and forfeited the bonuses. The silk merchant was already cold, and I was halfway through the window when her daughter stepped into the room. I had little choice at that point.
Okay, der hat also auch echt kaltblütig Leute getötet. Ich meine, sind wir besser? Es ist immer wieder dieselbe Diskussion, die ich anfange, ne? Aber
So much has happened since the last entry. After Garnock and Andronica left for Brayville, we stopped receiving communications from the city. We feared the worst. The morning those fears were confirmed when Garnock returned alone, transporting a most precious cargo, the great stone coffin of the Night Mother herself. the story Garnock told could curl the blood of even the most hardened of seated servants. The crypt of the Night Mother raided. Dearest Sister Andronica cut to pieces, and the listener herself, the most honored Alison Dupré, burned alive in a storm of mage fire. Garnock, though gravely injured, he will most certainly lose his right eye, managed to fend off the attackers and transport the Night Mother's coffin safely out of the city. He has been on the road, making his way back here since that tragic night.
Okay, die haben also sozusagen im Zusammenhang, dass sehr, sehr viele Städte und so weiter gefallen sind, haben die praktisch auch viele Standorte verloren. Okay, gleiches Jahr nochmal, 88.
Now that the things have settled down, the reality of our situation has finally come to bear. We are a dark brotherhood without a listener. With no listener, the Black Sacrament will go unheard. Surely the Night Mother will speak to someone soon, thus choosing a new listener to take Alison Dupré's place. Until that happens, though, we must take to the streets. We must hear the pleas of the desperate and vengeful. The people of Tamriel must never know that their prayers to the Night Mother are going unheeded. It is a new year and 2 months since the Night Mother first arrived here at the Sindrin Hall Sanctuary, and still the unholy matron has not seen fit to speak to any one of us. And so Rasha has decided to revive an ancient Dark Brotherhood tradition, the appointing of a keeper, a guardian whose sole duty is the safeguarding of the Night Mother's remains. The remaining members of the Black Hand will make their decision tomorrow. I've been chosen. By some incomprehensible twist of fate, the Black Hand has named me the Night Mother's keeper. In all honesty, I am both incredibly honored and deeply saddened. This means, in the end of my contracts.
Also darf nicht mehr normal töten.
I'll be lucky to lift a blade again. Thankfully, Rasha has promised me one final contract before I accept my new duties. The gist lies that
Oh.
my final contract has been completed. Oh, how they lauded and lauded. Until he didn't.
Okay. Der hat praktisch als letzten Mord hat er sein Kostüm sozusagen noch gewonnen. Im letzten Akt.
I have settled well into my new role as keeper. It is my duty not only keep the Night Mother's shrine clean and the candle lit, but to tend to the body as well. The Night Mother's crypt was a consecrated place, shroud, kissed, absent of sunlight, and safe from the world above. Removed from here, the remains are subject to the filth and the corruption of the living. The body is perfectly preserved, so the concern is not physical but rather spiritual. The remains must be sanctified regularly so that they may continue to serve as a conduit for the Night Mother's soul. Our matron, an eternal spirit, may travel to the void freely, but it is so rough her own earthly remains that she communicates with the listener. And so I wash the corpse weekly with requisite oils, visit an ancient incantations, and personally see to the extermination of any insects and rodents. If the night mother does not speak, it will be because she chooses not to, not because she is unable. This is my responsibility, this is my woe. Month and month, no listener. Why won't the night mother speak to me? I am worthy as keeper, but not as listener. I protect Our Lady, keep her satisfied, but still she will not grace me with her voice. So long since I worked my blade, so long since I have saved a soul. But I am now keeper, no longer a taker.
Oh, der leidet sogar, dass er nicht mehr umbringen kann. Nach einem Jahr ist jetzt 89.
I think back fondly on my hours with the jester. His laughter, screams, his pitiful cries, and then as the end drew near, his slaughter once more, merry in death as well as life. I was honored to know him.
Oh. Ein ganz besonderer Kontakt war das sicherlich zwischen den beiden. Ganz toll. Okay, und das ist jetzt praktisch das Ding, dass er jetzt auch seine, die Gister das Verhalten von dem Joker da annimmt.
Sindrin Hall was erupted into violence and chaos like so many other cities before it. The sanctuary has remained unbreached, but for how long? Our numbers are few, and with no speaker the contracts have dwindled almost to nothing less. Russia hold the sanctuary is slipping. Russia's hold on the sanctuary is slipping. Silence, defending silence, deafening silence. In my head, in my head, in my head. It is the silence of death, the silence of the void, sleeping into me through the mother. The silence has hatred, the silence is rage, the silence is love. Today Russia declared himself listener, claiming the Night Mother spoke to him at last, but when questioned he could not name the binding words. Liar! Deceiver! Yes, charade! Must not stand. Russia is that.
Ja, er hat ihn dann getötet. Aber da ist er nicht ausgerastet, sondern ich glaube, das ist ja praktisch eine Regel oder so. Das haben wir irgendwo gelesen, dass er den umgebracht hat. Das wussten wir vorher schon.
As commanded by the silence, so did I obey.
Genau.
I did not wield the knife. Oh no, but dipped the honey softly sweet into Garnock's eager ear. He is a good brother, a loyal brother, to both Cicero and our matron. He did the deed gladly. Once 3 of us left, Cicero, Garnock, Pontius. The Night Mother remains silent. I remain unworthy. The sanctuary remains doomed. I can hear it deeper and deeper, louder and louder, punctuating the silence like thunder in my calm evening. Laughter, laughter, laughtering, laughtering, laughtering. It is the jester, a voice from the void. To cheer, poor Cicero, I accept your gift. Dearest Night Mother, thank you for my lord. Thank you for my friend. Pontius is dead. A dark Brotherhood assassin was killed by a common bandit. while walking the streets of Seyden Hall. How can something so sad be so funny? Oh, I like the Lord to dearest night, mother, but I still long to hear your voice. It's not too late. Speak to me, my mother. Speak to me. Said I may set things right. I can save the sanctuary. I can save the brotherhood. You can have the Lord. Take it back. And exchange, then, the Lord for your voice. It's not safe to leave the sanctuary. We will stay here. All is well. Gone is gone, 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 gone. Left to get food, but I'll be back. He will be back. It's only been 3 months. 3 months? 3 months? 12 months. 4 slots. Cicero is dead. Cicero is born. The Lord has filled me so very completely. And I'm a Lord. I am the jester, the soul that has served as many content companion for so long as preached in the wail of the void, finally and forever. It is now in me. It is me. The world has seen the last of Cicero the man. Behold Cicero, fool of the heart, slaughter incarnate. Found the old journal, decided to write the treatise on silence, sound, darkness, and light. How long has been since the Night Mother first came here? How long since I was made keeper? How long since I became fool? Since we have been alone, since Sendenhall fell, since I started pounding on the door like so many hammered heartbeats. It's dark in here and quiet, but it's no longer hears the laughter, for years the laughter. There is no listener in Sendenhall, no listener in Sarodiel, no listener in me. We must leave here before the sanctuary falls, before the Night Mother burns, before the Dark Brotherhood withers, before the Lord dies. I took a stroll and spied a maid, but matron's duty stayed my blade. So busy now, I miss the thrill. If only I had time to kill.
Ja, man kann es ein bisschen verstehen, dass er durchgedreht ist, ne? Aber auch oft alleine.
I've written the letter so polite, so official to Astrid in Skyrim. A sanctuary still stands, still operates, but how? The listener means no black sacrament. No black sacrament means no contracts. Her family can abandon the old ways and still survive, still kill, but is that family still brotherhood? Or something else? Something new? Something different? Something wrong? Something wrong. Still, we must go. Tomorrow we set sail, float on the boat through the mole cold. We'll see her and me. Sick, sick, sick of the rocking, tossing, rolling, throwing aboard the grey, grey waves. I've been reading of Skyrim, of the good days, the old ways. There was another sanctuary once, a Dawnster sanctuary, good, ancient, and strong, blessed by Zetus. Cicero will go there, no need of Astrid. The mothers and I will saddle, and she will speak to me finally, and we will build the old ways anew together. The passion phrase is mine. I have found it in a meadow, ancient in the sanctuary itself. The black door will ask,
What is the life? Greatest illusion.
And I'm to answer,
Innocence, my brother.
finally a space, a place to call my own, a joker's retreat here for the fool of hearts. The sanctuary is home, as I had dared hope, cool and dark and lovely, my sanctuary from all. I know it's every corner, every hall, every shadowed nook and alcove, my sanctuary. The guardians know me, recognize me as keeper. They leave pure Cicero alone. The big, ugly beast, a different story. He'd eat me if he could. But to bind me, grind me, I'd need to find me. He'd need to find me. And Cicero will make sure that does not happen. For I have sanctuary from all. The sanctuary is safety, the salvation, but silent, so silent. I give my love to the unholy matron. I give my daughter freely, but I do not hear her. The silence has returned now. Then I am Laughter, and no longer hear Laughter. I once again hear the silence of the void. It reaches across the time and space. Its silence is deafening. Once more, Mother Keeper must go. I am not the listener, and never will be, but I am the keeper. I must serve Mother's will above my own. I must find the listener. I must teach Astrid the error of her ways and beauty and necessity of the old ways. I have sent the letter to Astrid. We leave soon, but Cicero will keep sanctuary as his sanctuary, a place to rest and play. My trade for I once more take up the blade and send some lucky soul to him when Laughter strikes and fits my whim.
Okay. Das 5. kannten wir ja praktisch schon. Jo. Alles klar. Wir haben jetzt eine halbe Stunde lang gelesen, das kann ja wohl nicht wahr sein. Alles klar. Wir melden uns kurz bei dem und so. Account in Cardbook 1, alles klar. Eigentlich können wir das jetzt noch tun. Und dann können wir nämlich gleich beim nächsten Mal aufbrechen und so weiter. Wir werden die sowieso beim Schlafen finden oder die werden gleich ins Bett gehen, wenn wir wieder gehen. Wir brauchen uns da nicht... Ach ja, beim Fressen. Fressen und Saufen ist natürlich das andere.
Ich werde dafür sorgen, dass der Kaiser selbst von euren Taten hört.
Ist schon klar. Hier, Cicero ist tot.
Zu einem besseren Ort gemacht.
Noch nicht ganz. Wir sind dabei. Also Cicero hier ausgeschaltet und
Auf
so.
Auf euch kann ich immer zählen, nicht wahr?
Naja, öfter mal, ne? Also hier. Losung Dämmerstand, Zuflucht. Hammer.
Erstklassige Arbeit. Ich wusste, dass ihr mir etwas Brauchbares bringt. Also gut.
Also.
Ich werde dafür sorgen, dass der Kaiser selbst von euren Taten hört.
Ach, wir werden hier immer mehr
Ihr
selbstständig,
habt
oder so?
Himmelsrand zu einem besseren Ort gemacht.
Wir brauchen gar keine Order
Ich
mehr.
werde dafür
Wir hauen
sorgen,
ab,
dass
okay.
der Kaiser selbst
Ja,
von
ja,
euren
ja,
Taten
vielen
hört.
Dank, Subi. Du könntest sogar
Himmelsrand.
mitkommen hier,
Es ist so
ne?
schön, euch wiederzusehen.
Ah, guck mal.
Also gut.
Alles klar, ihr. Wenigstens die ist begeistert, ne? Der andere, der findet mich ja eher, sagen ja, ist ja eher rumpelig zu uns und so weiter, sehr pflegelhaft, dass wir vielleicht da auch noch mal kurz durchgehen mit unserem Bereinigungsgerät. Naja, werden wir sehen. Wir haben eine Folge jetzt mit Lesen verbracht. Hi, liebe aber es war mal ganz nett, das jetzt insgesamt zu hören. Also der hatte sogar kein ganz einfaches Leben, aber ist schon ein durchtriebener Mörder gewesen. Das muss man halt eben auch sagen. Also ja, und dass er jetzt wirklich so der Caretaker, also der Versorger sozusagen war von der Todesmutter. Ich meine, da waren auch nicht mehr viele übrig, ne, die es hätten sein können. Die hatten wahrscheinlich auch alle keinen Bock, deswegen ist das geworden. Aber hin oder her, er war's. Oder ja, doch, er war's. Und insofern, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, was noch in der anderen Zuflucht ist und vor allen Dingen, wer der neue Zuhörer ist. Das könnte ja durchaus nur eigentlich der Werwolf sein, oder? Ne, den Werwolf haben wir schon umgebracht. Dann ist es der Zauberer, den haben wir noch nicht. Die Assassine ist noch übrig. Ne, die Assassine haben wir auch umgebracht, ne? Ne, und der Zauberer war ja am Baum vorne. Da gehen uns langsam ein bisschen die Leute aus. Na, dann bin ich gespannt. Mal sehen. Okay, schön, dass du dabei warst und ja, wir sehen uns hoffentlich beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dann. Tschüss.